This video, I'm going to be breaking down the TCU offensive playbook in College Football 25. If you guys want to check out any of my full College Football or Madden 25 offensive and defensive ebooks, you can get access to all of them by joining our school community. $10 gets you access to all of the content for both games and gets you all the updates to it as well. So if you want to sign up for that, that link is going to be in the description below. Now, what makes this playbook really good are these 2x2 sets and this wing trip. So we're going to first start out with this normal Y off close formation, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite plays in here. My main play that I really like having is this play PA snag. You can put this play flood H post in here. Another really good play is this motion angle Y wheel. And then you can really do whatever you want with this interior audible spot. If you want to have a run in here, you can go with a run play. If you want to have, I really like to play Y sail. We're going to probably put that in here ourselves. So anyway, these are kind of the base plays that you can audible around to. What's cool about this playbook as well is it has a lot of good audibles. So like you can go to this normal Y off, and it has one of the best plays in the game in this kind of like RPO screen type plays. I really like this RPO read flat. I also really like the quick base, the jet touch pass, and then I like to have this fake jet pass QB power. And then for my passing play in here, you can pretty much honestly choose whatever one you want. I like the motion PA wheel shot play. Has kind of a cheat motion wheel, which is really, really good. Normal Y off weak. I don't use this formation as much, but it does have some other plays in here that is decent, but nothing that's like super powerful. I don't think it has that. Doesn't have that RPO. Yeah, it does have the RPO read bubble. So if you wanted to have this RPO read bubble, this RPO read flat, those are always good plays to have. And then if you wanted to get some basic things done like PAY cross, just basic passing, you could have some plays like that in here. And then that brings me to this wing trip. This is a great formation that you can audible into because it has a couple of my really good plays. It has this RPO read flat, which I think, again, these RPO read flats are really good. I like to have this all go play with all those really unique vertical type routes. And then another play that I really like is this exit PA wheel shot. It also has, I believe, find it here, it has a couple other routes, the stick and nod play. So we'll have this PA wheel shot with this motion. And then you could either, in this one, you could either put the RPO snag, or what you could put in here is really any passing play that you would like. I personally really like stick and nod because it gives you that return route. It gives you some cool streaks that you can kind of build around. And then the wing trips weak formation doesn't have anything that powerful off the top of my head here. This shot Y wheel play is kind of cool, but nothing too crazy. The Y trips is okay, but again, doesn't get a ton of stuff accomplished. So I'm just going to leave it like this. You also do have a trips tight end in here where you can do some cool stuff. Like, you have some good plays in here as well. And then you just have a lot of stuff in this playbook. But anyway, the main formation that we're going to be in is this normal Y off close. And for our base play, you can really come out in any of these plays that you want. I personally, let's see if we have any other plays worth kind of mentioning. I'll just come out in Y stick. It's not a big deal. And then you see how this Y stick, it's like a super interesting kind of unique route that you have here. The cool part about this is all the different stems that you can do on these routes. But anyways, as far as like hash mark, how do you want to run this? Generally speaking, I'm going to run this with the two wide receiver side to the left. And the reason why is because then when I audible into my wing trips, it's going to flip it into a wide side wing trips. And again, I really like this RPO flat because this flat is almost always open. And you can just take, real easy, easy yardage. Now, you also have in here this PA snag play. This is the main reason why I think this offense is really good, because you have a short post from the outside receiver. So what I like to do with this play is we're going to streak this solo wide receiver. We're going to flat the slot, drag the tight end, and then you can put the running back on really whatever you want. I think a Texas route is not a bad idea. What you're going to see against zone, these yellow zones have a hard time kind of covering this short post if they play underneath. Most people are going to play their yellow zones underneath, and if they don't, you can go with a combination like this, where this tight end drag is just going to kill him over the middle. So they kind of have to respect the fact that you could, do some of that. And then this is going to kind of open up everything else. But again, you want to start out with just establishing this drag. And then as you see there, like the post gets open kind of in that unique area of the field. This play Y sail is really good against cover two. Just streak the tight end, drag the slot. And what you're going to see is the backside dig kind of gets into a nice soft spot against that coverage. If you run this to the right hash mark, you'll see that this play Y sail has a little better shot at getting open against cover two. You'll see here, if you watch kind of this fade, you'll see that this fade can be thrown against cover two, kind of in that little area. The other thing about this offense is you have this play flood H post. Again, what this offense features is you have a lot of really good post routes. So you'll see here, same kind of idea. This short post just gets into a nice area of the field, and you're able to attack both man and zone with this. The cool part about these short posts is no matter which side, no matter which hash mark you're on, these short posts are really good at just getting separation. So you'll see here, this is a man-to-man play, and you'll see that this short post is pretty reliable. Just pass lead that down into the inside, and normally you're going to get a nice separation. I'll show it from the slot now. And to get this play flood H post, you can stem this down 1-2 if you wanted to do that, and make it a little bit more of like a little shallower of a post. But normally when he cuts across the middle, this is going to be a nice route for you to be able to hit. The other route that you have that's really consistent against man coverage is any kind of this tight end drag is just always going to be there for you against man. So it's one of those routes to me that you want to have. And then PA snag. I don't think it's a bad combination at all to do something like this with a little running back underneath route, or if you wanted to do a drag, this is a really good man-beating route combo. And then you'll see against zone, you just have like a high-low between the running back and the flat. This motion angle wheel play has a speed out on the slot receiver. So you'll see he'll kind of like cut, and then also this kind of post, this kind of unique, this kind of more of a crosser than a post, but you'll see that this route right here is something that you can throw kind of in the middle of the field, and it's very difficult to defend. This also is going to bomb cover three coverage. So if I go to motion angle wheel and I put the running back on a streak, this will bomb cover three. Maybe not. Normally it does bomb cover three. Some of this is because in college football, the hash marks are just a lot different. So because of the wide space, it can kind of change how this third is going to play. Let's see if we can kind of throw it. I guess it's just not going to let us throw it. And the middle third is just going to be the most powerful coverage we've ever seen. Let's see if we can get a second here and throw this for you. And again, you also have a lot of other stuff on the play. Like you have the running back, you have the tight end, but really kind of wait on this a little bit longer. And you see how what's going to happen is this comeback is going to pull this outside third. And then I actually think you need to be over here for this to be better. Let me show you this to you real quick against cover three. So what you'll see is that this kind of crosser is going to run real fast. And then your comeback route is just kind of again, we're just trying to hold this third for a second. And you see that is kind of where that opening is going to be able to develop. And again, if you wanted to on this play, you can just speed out this outside guy like this if you want to do that. But basically, once he cuts across the face of the third, then you're going to throw it in this little area of the field. And hopefully we'll be able to actually throw it for you before the end of the video, because the sheds in practice mode are kind of being a little weird. So anyway, see, like right there, kind of throw right in that little area. So anyway, that is this play. And then, like I said, you also have this Y sail play with this kind of glitchy fade route. What's cool about this is if you put the tight down a post and stem him up twice, then you can kind of do whatever you want on the back end of this. I really like to just do a slant and then a, curl or comeback. So it looks like this. Against cover 4, this post can kind of get in a nice spot of the field, as you see there. And then, okay, crazy, crazy. And we'll show this against cover 2 as well. So motion angle wheel against cover 2. What you're going to be able to do is this tight end is going to get open on the wheel. So you see here, just kind of throw this out here. Iowa State safeties are just, I guess, roided. Let me go back to the other hash mark. It's crazy how hash dependent this offense is. See if we can actually throw it for you. But basically, you'll see when he cuts up field with the running back's going to hold the half. And then you'll see here, see how he kind of cuts up field like that. And then you have that throw against cover 2. So anyway, something you can have. The other thing about this offense is you have, some audibles. So like you could go to, for example, this normal Y off and go to this play motion shot play. I really like this play. I don't think you really even need to do anything to it really. But watch this little motion wheel against cover 2. Just really can bomb cover 2. It just gets into a nice spot of the field. It's hard for that safety to be able to make a play on the ball. So that's another thing that I like to do to manipulate cover 2. If they're in cover 4 a lot, even this play like stick, do something like this. Watch this slant though. Like look how it kind of just cuts right in that little pocket. I think it just gets into a nice area of the field. And then if we go back to flood post, one of the things we didn't cover yet on this is you have a really nice corner route here to the right side. So if I go to flood post, it's a short corner. So all you got to do is just streak your tight end. And then you can do really whatever you want with the rest of the routes. But I just want to show you this short corner. See how that outside corner is not really going to play it? And it's just in a nice, and again, it just gets into a nice area. The other thing you can do with this offense is you can motion this running back out, put him on a curl, stem him all the way up. And you can basically turn this into just a street corner flat combo. And again, I really like short corners for that just because they get into a spot of the field that's kind of difficult for them to defend. Another thing about this is when we audible to wing trips, you have this exit motion as well, kind of similar to the other things we were doing. But what you'll get here is you get that motion, that switch, and then you also get kind of this crossing route to the tight end. Now, you're going to need something underneath to kind of hold that quarter down. So I will show you what I would do. So like what you can easily do here is just take your running back and put him on an in route. And what you're going to see here is this in route will kind of hold this quarter. And then this tight end crosser is going to kind of get into just a nice spot. And then if they are running man coverage, if they're running cover 2, then this cheat motion is going to be an option for you here, or this exit wheel. So you'll see here, here's man-to-man, and you see here, there, look at that cross, kind of get over the top, just got a little bit outran. Iowa State secondary is crazy. I think TCU is kind of terrible in this game, but if you have a little bit more speed, you're going to have a little bit more, obviously a little bit more opening here. So we'll go back to the PA wheel, and honestly, you could even just do a simple drag or an actual crossing route. But against man coverage, what happens a lot of times is this crosser can be thrown. Good God, Iowa State is just built different, I guess. You have a speed out here. You can stem this up against man. Hey, we actually know how to beat man coverage. Yay. But anyway, so a lot of different things. I really like this setup right here. I don't see anything wrong with something like this as a man-beating play because you have this really nice slant. That's kind of a unique slant in this offense that does a really good job of beating man over the middle of the field. And then the biggest thing in this game with zone is getting them to hard flat, because once you get them to hard flat, you could do stuff like, which we didn't even get into, but like PA snag, we're just going to corner the tight end, streak this guy, and drag here. And against cover 4, hard flat, this tight end is just going to be an easy killer. And then you also have, as I said, you have the ability to go and kind of freestyle out of this wing trips. I think this is one of the best mini schemes type of offenses because you'll see here against cover two, this seam streak is just going to kill cover two. So they can't really run cover two. And then in cover four, we just need them to basically hard flat, which another easy way to get somebody to hard flat in this game would be to have this little speed out. I have a running back streak, a lot of conflict here, and then I can just take these little quick flats that they're going to give me. Another, again, another thing and another reason why I like this offense is because let's say we go to this normal, if I can actually call the right play here, normal Y off read flat. Again, you're just really going to stress this flat right here, so you can throw that flat pretty much every time until they start hard flatting. And then you can also then get into like this motion PA shot. And again, the reason I like this motion plays is because they really do a good job at manipulating cover two, and so it just kind of forces them to have to call other things, which we're going to have a lot of success against. So you're basically forcing them into a cover four hard flat, and then everything else is going to be open because they're in a cover four hard flat. So Y sail, for example, is going to be a lot more open. If they did run cover two against Y sail, what's really cool about this play is this corner route is really good against cover two. And so you'll see here he just clears. He'll clear in his own drop. It's just really hard to cover that. So again, they're back to that kind of cover four hard flat, and that's where this play PA snag is just really going to give them a lot of trouble because the tight end corner is going to be open, and then also this post is going to get open kind of in this left area of the field. And then if you wanted some other stuff that you could do out of this, I think a pretty cool play, honestly, would be to go back to this normal. Let me find the actual play here. The normal with this motion play. And what you can do with this is just streak your running back, and you're going to kind of run it like this. And the reason why this is really good is because the running back will get into this kind of seam area of the field, and then you also still have this kind of crosser that's going to have to be used. So there's just a lot of conflict that we're able to do with them. And then off of this, you can always do things. You can kind of mix things in, like, because you can kind of treat this like a clear out. So we're going to tight end corner, um, like this. And we're going to speed out. And now if they're in that cover four, but they're not playing hard flats, we could throw the speed out right there. And then late, we can throw this. We got to wait on a little bit more, but we could throw that cover four, or we could throw that corner route. Let me see if I can actually show that to you. So like cover four, we probably here would just run on the backside in route about 15 yards, corner the tight end, and then really do whatever you want with the running back. But what you're going to see here is that this motion play is going to clear out the outside quarter, and then you can throw this kind of over in here, over in that right side area. So anyway, these are some of my favorite plays in the game. I think one of the most underrated plays would be something like this right here. Or another way that we could actually run this play would be to go to this flood post play, motion the running back out, put him on a curl, stem him all the way up. And then what you're going to be able to do here is you're going to take the tight end and you're going to put him on a slant. And then you have this kind of backside, deep in route. Super good play because, again, cover four is going to really struggle to stop these short corners. So trying to think if there's anything else that super needs to be touched on here. I really like this motion angle play. You can kind of stem this crosser up and make it more of like a post. And sometimes it can bomb cover four. I was kind of surprised it wasn't. But let's see if we can get it here. Once he crosses this inside quarter, you see how there's this little window where you can kind of get a one-on-one. I don't think you have to do anything like that in this year's game. Honestly, you just want to personally, like, I'd rather just move the ball up the field every time consistently. But this is pretty decent. Here's Y sail with the tight end post against cover four. And you'll see sometimes this can get open. They did patch the deep zone, so they're a lot more like one play touchdown proof. But all in all, PA snag is really the only play that you honestly really need. Like, this play is so good. Another good variation of this play would be to speed out the running back on a motion out and then drag these two interior guys like this. Love this play as well. And you just see how good these short posts are. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys want to check out anything else, make sure you get in the school community. It's only $10 and it'll get you access to all of my offensive and defensive ebooks for both Madden and for College Football 25.